Hey everybody, it's Steve Lennon, and today I'm going to go ahead and talk about something a little bit different than what I'm normally talking about, which is web development. I'm going to get into what we call local SEO and business citations. So let me go ahead and get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to migrate over to a page. I'm going to explain what business citations are, what local SEO is, how it affects your business as a local business, and how you can actually increase your business organically over time, meaning that you're not having to pay for it over time, and have a lot of leads come in and have the majority of leads coming to you because why? You're on the first page or you're in the map view and you're in the upper portion of the map view, so people pick you rather than being 2 or 3 or 4 pages down the row on the map view. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and transition in and we'll go from there. All right, we're in. So this is, once again, my name's Steve Lennon, and I help people build websites, but I also help people with what's called citations. And I'll go ahead and tell you what a citation is, what local SEO is, how they're combined together, and how they matter and why they matter. And then we'll finish it up with some solutions that will help you to get to the top positions of search. And, it takes some time, some work. That needs to be done, but the reality is there's a lot of places in local areas based on keyword search that you can get into those rankings and get leads that others aren't going after. So let's go ahead and get into it. We'll go from there. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about local SEO and business citations. And if you look at aids, that's good, Steve. If you look at ads and you look at maps and you look at the 3 different businesses that are in what's called the 3-pack in the Google search, which I'll show you in a second. If you can get yourself into this section here or a secondary section, you're going to have a high probability of people calling you on a consistent basis who need plumbing or they need roofing repairs or they need dentistry, whatever the case may be, whatever trade, whatever business you're in, legal services, whatever, real estate agents, mortgage professionals, whatever that case may be. It's going to put you into that particular position where you're going to get the business instead of your competitors in your local market. And I'm going to show you how we go about it and how we can get you up to that ranking. And we just have to do some things to make that happen, and we'll go through and show you. Now, let's talk about the 4 primary problems or concerns. I don't like to use the word problem sometimes, but concerns, let's say, and then we'll find out what the solutions are to those. So the first thing is when you're in your when you're doing search for a local business, let's say you and I go out and do a search for a plumber, okay? We'll type in plumber in San Dimas, California, and we'll pull that information up, and whether we're on our mobile device, we're on our laptop, our desktop, our iPad, whatever it may be, it's going to pull up that information, but it's going to pull up and it's going to migrate locally based on where your location is. And it knows how to do that through geo-tracking and all kinds of stuff that it does. So where your IP address is, where you're pulling the information up, things like that. So when it comes in, it pulls up what's called a 3-pack. And that's the 3 businesses that you see over here. These 3 businesses right here that are in this place, which I'm going to show you in a second. And when it pulls that up, sometimes that information is, it can be up there and maybe may not be a lot of competition for that particular, what they call treasured area right here. That golden area right there, these 3. Well, if you're new and you're coming in and you have a business and you've been around for a while, but you're actually putting yourself out there and you're doing a little bit of advertising and things like that, and you're putting your information in local business, then what happens is there's a high probability or a good probability that you're going to get into a high position and people are going to start calling you against your competitors. So there's a couple things that happen that cause that to not happen. A couple things that happen in that case. So the first one is business is not claimed by the owner. Now, and I'm going to show you right now what that means, but I want to go through this particular page first. So business is not claimed by the owner. If you have a business and there happens to be a directory in Google search and Yahoo and Bing and Yelp and all these different places, if you're not in those places and you don't show up, then nobody knows that you're there. Therefore, they're not going to call you, right? Or you may be 4 or 5 pages deep or 2 pages deep where the average person won't go down after the second page. They won't go to page 2 or page 3 to go find your information. So it's really important that you get on page 1 of local search so that people call you against your competitor. So the second thing is business is not optimized for leads. So what I mean by that is we all want to get leads. So if you have Citations, which is basically has three components. It has your name, address, and your phone number. Then in that case scenario, if that information is inconsistent, meaning that the address is a little bit off, it's an old address, the name of the company is off, it's spelled wrong, a phone number that's put in and maybe over time has changed the number, or in one repository for information about you, such as Yelp, let's say, or Yahoo, or Yellow Pages, the information is not consistent in there, then Google's going to see that, and Bing's going to see that, and they're going to say, well, you know what, it's not consistent, so I don't know about the reliability of that, so I'm not going to rank that higher against the other competitors that are in the same space. Maybe it's someone who's a roofer, or someone who's a realtor, or a mortgage professional, or an artist or florist, whatever it may be. So they because of the inconsistencies, they don't rank high, so into page one, and a number of other things as well. So what happens in that case scenario is because they don't rank, you're not going to get up to the top into this particular area right here, or another area with some probability. And because you're not going to rank, nobody sees you, therefore they don't call you. Therefore, you're having to go pay for advertising costs versus have it become what's called organic. Have organic results, which is what I talk about right here. If you do these things properly, and you do these things properly, and you do this properly, what happens is you have better results. You have both paid growth and organic growth. And before you know it, your paid growth may go down a little bit, and your organic growth goes up to parity, right? So you get as many leads as you want. You're not having to pay for them because you're in that box right here, right? So it's going up, and when it goes up, then what you might want to do is increase your pay to make it go even higher, right? But you're in the beginning, you're all down here. You're all down here, and you're wanting to grow it. Well, there's two ways to grow. You either grow organically, or you paid for growth. You paid for leads. You paid for people to see you, right? Through the different search engines. So that's what happens with this particular scenario. Few or no citations that the public can see. Now, what a citation is, and I'm going to show you what a citation is. We talked about NAP consistency. That's name, address, and phone number, about how it should all be the same, all the way down to the dot. I mean, if you want to get absolute with Google, you got to get all the way down to a dot. So if it has a street address and it's slightly different, then through all the different citation locations like Yelp and local reach and all the different search engines where people find your information, then if it's not consistent, then Google's going to say, and other search engines are going to say, well, I don't know about this guy because it's not consistent. If it's consistent, it's the same exact thing over time, then they're going to love you. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to push you up to this section right here. So let's go into the next section. I'm going to go ahead and minimize this here. And we're going to go back over to Google right here. And what I did is I just put this in real quick, and I'm going to go ahead and enter. I have Murrieta lender. Mortgage lender, Murrieta, California, just as an example, okay? So if I hit enter and I go into that, it pulls up a search query for Murrieta, California. That's in Southern California. And if I go there, that's a smaller city in Murrieta. If I pull it up and it says mortgage lender, then it's going to pull up three of in what's called the 3-pack right here. Now, what do you notice about this 3-pack? What's interesting about this 3-pack is you have 2 people who have made a comment on here, who have said five reviews. So 2 times they said 5 stars. On the United Loan Center, they said 3 people who said 5 stars. And then you have PRW Lending, who has no reviews, no stars in here. Yet they're at the very, very top. So let's go ahead and check out a couple things. Let's go ahead and then if you look down here, these are all the other people that have moved up to the top a little bit. You have Yelp, you have Zillow, you have Kingsley Team, you have SIS, Sistra Mortgage out of Murrieta. So you have other ones down here. Well, what most people do is they actually grab this one right here and they make their calls and they click on it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go into this one real quick out of curiosity. And when you go into it, you'll notice that it pulls up, and it pulls up the information here. Okay. Now this particular guy here has no reviews, but what he's done is he's actually filled out put some images in his profile. He's activated his profile. He has his hours in here. Okay. His phone number. Now let's go ahead and see if he has a website. Now he does have a PRW website, and I'll show that to you if you click on it. So he has his website, and that's critically important to have your website inside of this. And by the way, that not only goes with Google, it also goes with Bing and Yelp and all the other ones. And the biggest mistake, or one of the biggest mistakes, that people who are in those search engines for searching for people, for people searching for their services, is they don't have a website tied to it. So it's really critical that you do it. So you'll see that this guy has a website, and that's what's pushing him up to the top, even though he has no reviews on his platform. Now he'd stay at the top. What's going to eventually happen is some guy's going to come in, some smart character is going to come in and going to do the citations. They're going to push him up, and that may be one of these people down here. Now look at all these people down here. They've all got them. 55561 South Pacific Financial, right? Bank of America. That's only 3 stars, so they're not in good shape, right? And you have 2 mortgage guys, right? And 6 reviews, 1 review. No reviews on this one. 2 reviews. See how most of them have 2 reviews, 3 reviews, 1 reviews, no reviews, right? 5 reviews, 2 reviews. Okay. So my point here is this guy has pulled up to the top for now, based on this keyword phrase right here, mortgage lender. He's pulled up to the top because of the number of searches done. There's all kinds of algorithms that they use over at Google to determine why he is at the top. Some of it's hidden, some of it's known public information. But and it's also how he filled out this information in here, or had somebody do it for him. And then quick questions and answers, know this place, things like that. Imagery in here, all the good stuff that should be in here. Some information down here about it, his website, PR New Lending, Yelp, the fact he's on Yelp, the fact he's on Manta. Now these 2 other ones, Manta and Yelp, they're also local citation insertions, where you insert what I call a citation. Now, once again, a citation is simply a name, a phone number, and address. Okay, and then the other information within that particular, such as a website, and then a bio maybe, and some pictures and things like that. But at the core value, it's those 3 little portions: your name, your phone number, and your address. All that important information for people to contact you, whether they're on a mobile device or a laptop or a desktop or whatever it may be. And it's critically important. Google will rank you for it, and Bing and all the other ones, based on those factors. Now, so let's do one more thing real quick here. Let's change this word from mortgage lender to mortgage loans. Okay, mortgage loans, Marietta, California. Now, look at how PRW lending's here right now at the top, right? When we went back to the other way. Watch what happens when I go to change it. Okay, we're going to go back a level. There you go. So, mortgage loans, Marietta. Now, that's a keyword phrase that's different, right, than the other phrase. Well, look what happened. You got 3 other guys that are in here, and look at this one. United Loans Center, Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, and then this one here who has no citations in here. Not citations, I'm sorry. No ranking. People have not ranked it yet. They have not gone in there and give it a 4-star, 3-star, or 5-star, whatever the case may be. And once again, look at only 3 reviews, 2 reviews, and no reviews. Yet they're in the top. And guess what? When someone types in the keyword phrase, mortgage loans, Marietta, California, this is what comes up. They call it, they get a refinance or a purchase, and this guy makes himself a lot of money on a consistent basis because they're getting all the calls. So the key is to have those combination of components. And the components are, it's really, really, really important that you have a website, a good-looking website that's mobile ready, that's been SEO'd, search engine optimized, that you have the citations in here, that you're on Yelp, you're on Bing, there's 25 different primary citation sites that you want to be on, or citation directory repositories, okay, where you put your information. And then they all interchange with each other, and they all talk to each other through the different search engines. It's like a concert of the parts. And you want to be part of that concert of the parts. And if you do that, your ranking will go to the top. You'll get all the calls against your competitor. And what you want to do is you want to try to rank yourself for some strategic keywords based on how people pull up information. So what we do is we go in and we build your website. We help you with the citations. We help you over time. You know, it takes time to do this. It's not a quick fix in most cases. Sometimes you can get a rare case, depending on the keywords. And we go in and we get it updated. We get it the citations in there. We get all the information consistently and consistent within the different locations where you put your information. And then when people are driving around and they're at their house and they're watching TV and they want to look up plumber or whatever, then guess what? If they type in a certain keyword phrase, your information will pull up based on your location, and they're going to get the call and come out. So it's as simple as that, but you know, in words. But it's actually really hard to do over time, and it just takes time, and you have to be smart and strategic, and that's what we basically do to help you along the way. So if you want to, you can go to this particular site right here. This is my site. I own citationly.com. That's citationly.com, and a little catchy phrase from citation, right? And you can get a quote from me. Come in and get a quote. And you know, get your information, do what you need to do, and we'll just have a private quote, figure out what it's going to take to get you up and running, and go from there. So the quote, I do what I call a strategy session and a consultation, and I actually go over citations as well as web development. So there should be a concert of the parts. If you have an old website, I suggest that you go into some of the newer standard websites, the most revolutionary advanced sites. We go into that and we can help you build one of those, which will be part of the concert of the parts to make you come to the top of the search engines. Okay. And before you know it, you're going to be at the top. You're going to gain more leads. They're going to be organic leads. And then you have all that other money to put towards whatever else you want to in your business. Okay. Over time. And actually expand because you've got all the money coming in because you've got all the business. Catch 22, right? So the next thing is I'm going to go ahead and take you over to my other site here. And this is ineedawordpresswebsite.com. That's ineedawordpresswebsite.com. You can come over here. You can go ahead and cruise and see my 5 stars. Check out websites. See more samples on this site. Click over here real quick. You can go into here, see more different sample sites, all different types of categories, and then you can see stuff that I've just recently. I always put stuff in that I've recently and have put up and built. Some of the stuff, not all of it, but a lot of it. You see, I've done a lot of different sites. So, I just do a simple quote. Whether you want to work with me or now or in the future, and you're just trying to plan, that's fine by me. I like to build relationships. I like to get to know people. You may have a referral for me. It's all about trusting someone, liking them, and frankly wanting to do business with them. So that's what I work toward. Do the right thing, get it done right, and before you know it, we're passing each other business and helping each other out in this thing called life. So over here, you can also go to my primary site called stevelinen.com. That's Steve, LINNIN.com. This site I'm actually building out right now. It's building up pretty good. This one I actually do reviews every day. And I review websites. I also do what I call before and after reviews. So if I built a site and I took it from where it was before and I bring it to a new site that's completely different, much better for them, then you get to see what the before and the after. I also do reviews on what's called Gutenberg for WordPress, and that is the new 5.0 and above WordPress framework or platform that enables you to have incredibly vibrant, beautiful, frameworked out, structured websites that will get you what you need to do. They'll be mobile ready. They will be highly adaptive to lead generation, plugins, SMS text messaging through the site, email marketing, all kinds of cool stuff, videos, just really, really wonderful stuff. And it helps you put yourself into a place where you've got a great site, you've got great citations, you're starting to get business from that, and then all of a sudden it's just a synergy. It builds itself up, and before you know it, you're really, really happy. So if you have some interest in that, come back to my site there, and I would love to talk to you about it. And you can see that I try to do two reviews per day right now. and build it up. But come on over, check it out, and would love to talk to you. So I'm going to go ahead and transition out. If you want to get a hold of me, you can certainly do that over here at right here. You've seen me on the YouTube. I'll be going into Facebook pretty soon. And you can see my reviews on Fiverr if you choose. I do consultations for people, strategy sessions, things like that. And you can get me on these particular sites. This particular site right now, stevelinden.net, I'm actually in the process of rebuilding that site. So if you see a splash page on that site, just realize that it's a splash page, and then I'm working on it. So I appreciate the opportunity to be able to have and present to you the information that I did today. And give me a holler, shout out, say hi. Go ahead and do the clicking stuff on YouTube. Favorite me, save me, click the bell, subscribe, and check out the things that I do each day. And I appreciate the opportunity. So I'm going to go ahead and give you my phone number. If you'd like to call me, you can call me at 949-648-7563. And I would love to talk to you, and we'll go from there. So have a great day. Thanks so much.